Isaac moved to Gerar and became rich. Genesis chapter 26, verses 1 through 11. A severe famine struck the land where Isaac was living, so he went to Gerar. God said to Isaac,
"Don't go to Egypt. Stay here in the land I have shown you. I will bless you. I will make your descendants become as numerous as the stars, and I will give them all these lands. Through your descendants the whole world will be blessed. I will do this because your father Abraham obeyed me and followed my commands and laws."
So Isaac lived in Gerar, but he worried and feared about his wife Rebekah. He told people that Rebekah was his sister. He thought men would kill him to get her because she was very beautiful. One day, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, saw Isaac fondling Rebekah. The king called for Isaac and said,
"Rebekah is obviously your wife. Why did you say she was your sister?"
Isaac replied,
"Because I was afraid somebody would kill me to get her from me."
King Abimelech said,
"You would have made us guilty of great sin if someone were to take her as his wife."
Then Abimelech made a public proclamation that anyone who harms Isaac or his wife would die. Isaac worked very hard in Gerar. That year, Isaac harvested 100 times more grain than he planted, for God blessed him. He became very wealthy, and his wealth only continued to grow. Isaac lied when he found difficulty, but he was still protected and blessed by God. It was because God promised Abraham that his descendants would be blessed. Our parents also look after us. Think about your parents and talk about the things you're thankful for. A treaty between Isaac and Abimelech.
Genesis chapter 26, verses 12 through 31.
Isaac acquired large flocks of sheep, great herds of cattle, and many servants. Soon the Philistines became jealous of him, and they blocked all of Isaac's wells with mud. Abimelech said to Isaac,
"You have become too rich and powerful for us. Please leave us."
So Isaac moved to Gerar Valley and lived there instead. He reopened another well there. Then Philistines blocked it again. He dug another well and found a gushing spring. Then local shepherds came and claimed the spring. They argued over it with Isaac's herdsmen. Isaac moved again and dug another well. Finally, no one fought with him. Isaac said,
"Now God has given us plenty of land. We will thrive in the land."
So he named the well Rehoboth. One day, Abimelech came to Isaac with his friend Azuzah and also Phicol, his commander. Isaac asked,
"Why have you come? You didn't like me and sent me from your land."
They replied,
"We have seen that God is with you. We want to make peace with you. Let's make a treaty. We sent you away from us in peace, so please do not harm us. You are a man blessed by God."
Isaac held a feast for them, and they ate and drank. Early the next morning, they swore an oath to each other, and then they left. The Philistines were jealous of Isaac, so they blocked his wells. But Isaac did not fight with them. He trusted in God and in his love. He moved to another valley and dug another well. Then the Philistines were touched and wanted to make peace. Has anybody done wrong to you before? Did you forgive them with God's love rather than hate them? Share your answer.
부자가 된 이삭 그를 시기한 아비멜렉 가는 우물마다 모두 다 빼앗고 그를 쫓아낸 아비멜렉 하지만 다투거나 낙심치 않고 하나님의 인도 따라 인내한 이삭
Jacob was blessed by his father. Genesis chapter 27, verses 1 through 45. Isaac was old, and he became almost blind. One day, Isaac called for Esau and said,
"My son Esau, I am old now, and I expect every day to be my last. Go hunting and bring some delicious food for me. I will eat it and bless you."
Rebekah overheard the conversation. So while Esau was hunting, she prepared a delicious dish with fine young goats. She gave it to Jacob. She also covered Jacob's arm and neck with goat hair. Then she sent him to Isaac. Jacob said,
"Father, it is Esau, your oldest son. Please eat this food and bless me like you have promised."
Isaac wasn't convinced by Jacob's voice and touched his neck and arm. He said,
"Your voice sounds like Jacob, but your arm and neck are like Esau."
He ate the meal. Then he blessed his son and his descendants. Meanwhile, Esau returned from hunting. He went to Isaac with a delicious dish, but it was too late. Jacob had already carried away his blessing. Esau found out that Jacob deceived him and let out a loud and bitter cry.
"Oh, Father! First Jacob stole my birthright with a bowl of porridge. Now he has stolen my blessing. Please bless me too."
But it was too late. After Jacob stole Esau's blessing, he was so afraid. Have you ever deceived your parents, siblings, or friends like Jacob? Were you afraid? Were you sorry for what you did? Think about that time and write your answer.
에서 대신 축복받은 야곱 그의 형을 속였던 야곱 나가는 에서 어쩌면 좋아 팥죽 한 그릇에 저녁도 베끼고 아버지께 축복받은 야곱 아버지를 속였던 야곱 교묘한 방법으로 리브가의 도움으로 끝내 받아냈던 축복권 교묘한 방법으로 리브가의 도움으로 끝내 받아냈던 축복권 끝내 받아냈던 축복권 끝내 받아냈던 축복권
Jacob's Dream and Stone Pillow. Genesis, chapter 28, verses 10 through 22. Esau was furious that his younger brother Jacob had stolen his birthright and his blessing. Esau wanted to kill Jacob. Rebekah said to Jacob,
Run away from Esau. Come back home when he calms down. Stay with your uncle Laban until your brother's fury is spent.
So Jacob left Beersheba. One day at sundown, Jacob had nowhere to sleep. He found a stone and used it as a pillow. He had a dream that night. He dreamed of a stairway that reached from earth to heaven, and he saw angels were going up and down on the stairways. God stood at the top of the stairway. God said to Jacob, I am the God of Abraham and your father, Isaac. I am your God, too. The land you are lying on will belong to you. Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth. I will protect you, and I will bring you back to this land. I will be with you until I have finished giving you everything I have promised. Jacob woke up and knew God was with him. He made an altar with the stone that he had used as a pillow. He named the altar Bethel, which means House of God. Jacob ran away to his uncle's house after deceiving his father and brother Esau. On the way, he fell asleep, using a stone as a pillow. God appeared in his dream and said that he would be with Jacob and help him. Have you ever been afraid after lying and doing something wrong? Did you pray to God for comfort? Share your answer.
축복을 받은 야곱은 형에서가 무서워 외삼촌 라반의 집으로 도망가다가 해는 져서 돌을 베개 삼아 잠이 들었네. 그날 밤 이상한 꿈을 꾸었네. 높은 사닥다리에 천사들 오르내리고 그 위에 계신 하나님을 보게 되었네. 야곱에게 이르시되 너를 지킬 것이다. 나는 아브람과 이삭의 하나님이다. 꿈에서 깨어나 야곱 제단을 쌓아 경배드렸네. 그곳을 하나님의 집이라며 베델이라 하였네. 그곳을 하나님의 집이라며 베델이라 하였네.